seconds remaining.
Okay, so we are
5
in.
seconds
My
remaining.
keyboard still works. Surrey versus Edinburgh.
Reserve time.
Surrey, one game ahead. Edinburgh put up a massive fight, which I personally wasn't expecting.
Crystal
There is
Maiden.
kind of an ever more discrepancy between those teams.
Radiant
But
team pick.
they picked a pudge. They didn't care. They took loads of really good fights.
Earth Shaker.
Dire team pick.
Now, Surrey. Find out the Death Prophet in the OD. They used the OD themselves last game. Edinburgh will pick up the Venge again, which worked super well for him. The Venge player obviously
10
confident.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
The CM and the Earthshaker are an interesting first two picks. I guess it doesn't reveal very much. I mean, it reveals what the supports are. I doubt that the Earthshaker is going to be an off lane, and two supports picked up
Dire
by
team ban.
Edinburgh as well, so potentially now only Core is left to be banned on the board, and 3 already gone. 3 mid lane is already gone. Invoker, Death Prophet, OD already out. Both teams may be
10
conniving
seconds remaining.
to ban out only mid heroes from here on. Ban out the
5
Queen of Pain,
seconds
maybe
remaining.
the Puck, the Viper, the Razor. Get rid of all of those. That's what I say. Make it a melee on melee mid.
Reserve time.
I'm gonna ban out the Dox here for the off lane.
Radiant team
Was a ban
ban.
last game as well.
Ten seconds remaining.
The Spectre ban by
Dire team ban.
Surrey. I don't feel like they needed to ban that Spectre. It's like a difficult hero to play against in the super late game. But the Spectre in the last game ended up going like Drum SMY, which left the Spectre very,
10
very
seconds
underwhelming. I
remaining.
didn't see what the score was in the end. I know the Spectre did get to participate in a few kills, but
5 seconds remaining.
mostly a non-factor throughout that game. I'd almost want
Radiant
Edinburgh to pick
team
up
ban.
Spectre again. I was on the Surrey side right now, but Chaos Knight, Edinburgh decide to ban, which is odd. I wonder if there's anything that there must be something that they
10
want to pick up
seconds
that
remaining.
Chaos Knight beats really heavily, but I don't know what that might be.
5 seconds remaining.
The Death Prophet, I guess, is well, the Death Prophet's already banned, so it's probably
Reserve
Death
time.
Prophet. That might have been one, but
Radiant team pick.
now Surrey ban out the Slark. Unlikely that that's what Edinburgh were looking to pick if they banned out the CK, because Slark can probably dodge most of the CK's stuff anyway. Or dispel it, whatever.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Thanks to the draft reserve time penalty
Reserve
for
time.
Edinburgh, they've got very, very little reserve time. Surrey got over a minute for it. Taking a long, long time to make some decisions about this draft.
Imber Spirit.
Dire team pick.
Master.
Radiant team pick.
Beastmaster and Ember Spirit picked up Ember into the Beastmaster. Ember here, I don't really
Dire
understand.
team pick.
I guess it's going to be a safe lane Ember since the SF has been picked up afterwards. But against the instant Hex into the Shackle and now the Roar as well as the Magic Missile, there's a lot to lock this Ember Spirit down. Shadow Shaman can find himself a blink. Ember Spirit's in theory going to have a difficult time. Ember Spirit would have time
10
to
seconds remaining.
Remnant away from the Roar because the animation is, you know, maybe half a second long or something, but
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Shadow Fiend pickup countered by
Dire
the Queen
team
of Pain
back.
here. Sorry, just having a little bit of trouble with my audio.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Absolutely wrought with issues today.
Reserve time.
Queen of Pain against the SF should, in theory, be a pretty advantageous Queen of Pain matchup.
Radiant team pick.
In the past, the quad matchup against the Shadow Fiend was even, if not an advantage for the Queen of Pain anyway.
10 seconds remaining.
But now with
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
with the not so recent but the most recent nerfs to Shadow Fiend, which was, I think, 15 mana increase at all levels to raise, yeah, from 75 to 90.
Behold the horn of
So
Magnus.
pick up the Magnus as the
Dire
last pick, so
team
this
pick.
is a pretty daring draft overall. Ember Spirit, the Shadow Fiend, and the Magnus. It's greedy is what it is. Only assume this is going to be a Magnus offlane, which we do see a little bit. I do prefer to see Magnus mid where possible, but some really nice team fight combo. So kind of the wombo combo
10
coming out from
seconds
Surrey.
remaining.
Potentially
5
RP
seconds
into Echo
remaining.
Slam, Requiem, Freezing Field. Some very, very good ults and even
Reserve time.
cleaves and crits from the Ember. So potential for very, very big
10 seconds remaining.
combo. Not going to be very easy to get against. We assume
5
3
seconds
Blink Heroes and the
remaining.
Venge, which should always be at the back,
Ready.
ready to swap. Sven now the last pickup to put in the safe lane for Edinburgh. Struggling to find things to say about this. The Beastmaster is going to be really valuable for taking down the Shadow Fiend. Keeping the Shadow Fiend down is going to be super important. The Magnus they probably don't care about so much, but the Ember Spirit and the SF both need some attention. And they do have the lineup for it. Rotating Do they want to run an aggressive tri-lane here? I think the aggressive tri-lane would be okay. They've got a decent amount of damage. Got lots of stuns. The Sven, the Venge and the Shadow Shaman damage and lockdown probably pretty much take down everyone, so old Maggie T needs to be careful if he gets caught. But Ember Spirit is reconnected. On the Surrey side, who are one game up. Artie Bow playing the Ember Spirit, Incandenza playing the Earthshaker, Zoom on the Magnus, X on the Crystal Maiden and Eva. Playing the Estaf. And we're getting the Wraith Band and heading over to mid. Over on the other side we have Edie playing Sven, Raccoon on the Queen of Pain, Filipino Tactics, 3 games onto the Beastmaster. Gonna get his summons up right away. Mechanism on Shadow Shaman. And who did I not call there? Tinkerbell on the Venge. Yeah. So, again, we'll see the off-laner for Surrey get out pretty fast, wants to try and place a ward. Venge won't be able to see him up this hill.
30 seconds to battle.
This cliff here higher than this one. So Magnus will get a ward out, but is almost certainly going to get seen now by the Venge. So it is seen. Venge throws a couple of auto attacks his way. She doesn't actually have any sentries on her. Don't know if anyone else has got some sentries. No. Not just yet. Probably want to pick those up as soon as possible. Magnus. Not really possible for him to get skewers anymore now that there's paths all up
The
on
battle begins.
these high grounds.
Worthy tribute.
It's just going to be the SF and the Queen of Pain picking up their runes. So, lanes are going to be the defensive tri-lane from both sides again. Earthshaker and CM. I imagine CM will be spending at least some of his time in the jungle with the Ember Spirit bot. Top lane, the Venge Shaman Sven, going to be very, very scary for the Magnus. Has he leveled up the skewer yet? No. Woo, the Ether Shock first. Look at all this damage being done. The Sven stun is going to come out, and this is actually going to be first blood. There's no way he's getting out of this. Doesn't level up the skewering. All of that, and Shadow Shaman gets the first blood. Boy, oh boy. I said it was going to be a hard lane, and there it is. The Ether Shock level 1, 140 damage is absolutely crazy. Magnus feeling that one. And the lane is even going to push away from him. So it's going to be extra, extra hard for him. No parts of an Iron Talon even to try and jungle at the side. And now, apparently he wants to go again. Moving a long way up. Venge isn't here quite yet. Could definitely get a kill on him if he moved over. Just trading some right clicks with the Shadow Shot and just do quite a bit of damage there, but Venge rotating down now. Does he have a skewer? It levels it up. Venge is waiting at the bottom to try to cancel it. Can't see him right now. Juking and jiving, and now he actually manages to get the skewer all the way back under his own tower. Venge is there, but the Ether Shock cooling down in another second. It will be quite enough damage to take out the Magnus. He'll use the salve. All of that for 113 damage. Meanwhile, bot lane, Beastmaster having a moderately better time. He's found his way halfway through level 2.
Denied.
Lane very much going Ember Spirit's advantage here, 12 and 7. Mid lane, mostly even Queen of Pain does have a couple of denies to her name. 5 Necromastery up on Shadow Fiend, and somehow the Venge didn't manage to get in range there. Queen of Pain could have potentially used the Shadow Strike, even blinked always for the Shadow Strike. Maybe a little bit scared of getting bursted down by the level 2 razors. I don't think it would have been quite enough damage. Not. Well, he hit them all, but I don't think he'd have been able to hit them all if the Queen of Pain was right there. Anyway. Missed kill. SF survives. Queen of Pain farming. Fine for now. Sven actually somehow managed to miss quite a lot. He probably did miss some for that first blood. Somehow, they've not noticed that Radiant Creep Wave has been pulled over to the side. Shaman did manage to get the last hit on one of those creeps, but now Magnus sadly misses the CS, but finds his way to level 3. Neck and neck with the Beastmaster pretty much. Quiet lanes, this top lane with Magnus, the only one really with big potential for kills. The other two shackles there. Sven's done his following, doesn't get distracted, so there's another kill. Sven gets that one. Magnus has already gone down twice. And now the double route goes out onto the Beastmaster. There's no levels in Aftershock, so the enchant totem for that double damage doesn't manage to stun the Beastmaster. I think stacking the Queen of Pain, the Crystal Maiden Frostbite, and the Ember Steering Chains there maybe lost him the kill. Fissure as well, put him on the wrong side.
Double damage.
DD picked up by the CM. I'm surprised that the mid laners are not rotating both of these runes, and now they want to have a fight. One raise. It's onto the Queen. He doesn't try for the second there. I'm pretty sure he could have hit that. Queen of Pain forced the Bottle Crow. There are 2 Fairy Fires available. And now, Earthshaker gets the Fissure onto the Queen of Pain, but no reaction at all from the SF. Just wants to find some more CS. Did actually have Necromastery as high as he could get it just then. He's found a couple more now, but now he is starting to hit quite hard. Over 100 damage a hit on the SF now. Earthshaker trying to find some runes, level 3. Magnus find instant levels, we get level 5 from this. So, despite the 2 deaths, has managed to catch up very, very well on levels. Thanks to, I guess, kind of poor lane control. And now a fight going on mid lane. Is there going to be one more attack available to get onto the Queen of Pain? The long range Shadow Raise has already been used, so Queen of Pain manages to collect the kill on the Earthshaker, and that is not what they wanted to happen at all. There is a longest range raise, 250 damage. That will be so close to enough. 9 health left on the Queen of Pain after that, and CM bot manages to take out the Beastmaster with the Ember, who looks like he's going straight in, not wasting any time. Gonna get that Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower
Sven
is
has
under
somehow
attack.
been forced all the way back to base, presumed by the shockwave spam. Now Magnus maybe thinking about trying to find a kill. Shadowfiend has moved up, he's got a haste rune, but they have seen this. Shadow Shaman will back all the way out, go and hide up in the cacti.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
CS, we saw it last game and we see it again this game. The safe laner for Surrey, Patibo, basically doubling the CS of anyone else on the map.
Dire's bottom tower is
Not
under
quite,
attack.
but very close to perfect CS so far. Sven, only level 4, about to hit 5. But understandably in the trial lane, being out-leveled by the Magnus. Trial lanes both pretty much dissipated now. The Earthshaker and the Venge on permanent roaming duty. TP's bot, she has a note ready. She wants to use that pure damage to try and
Dire's
take out
bottom
the
tower
Ember.
is under attack.
Rory's available too. Ember has hit level 6 though. The roll goes out. Queen of Pain is going to blink in, use the ults. Or not. Actually use the Shadow Strike instead of the ult there. Now Ember Spirit has a little bit of a chance to heal back up. He's only used the one so far, he doesn't have anything else, but now Shadow Fiend When's the next blink? Just about there in time. Ember Spirit trying to chase forwards.
Radiant's
Beastmaster is in the
bottom
side.
tower is under attack.
CM knows he's there, but Beastmaster just going to TP mid and try and get some push on here, I guess.
Double kill.
Whoa! Somehow top lane! A double kill from Magnus. I didn't even see the first kill. Uses the RP, I assume he hit both there. Sven goes down initially, and with help from the Earthshaker, they take down the Shadow Shaman as well, so this is a pretty disastrous defensive tri lane from the beginning. Got the 2 kills onto the mag, but now very much caught up. 2-2-0. Has the arcane boots, 500 gold.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Those 2 kills. SF hasn't managed to get any stacks out. Isn't going to bother for now. Just going to try and get a little bit more CS mid lane. He's got on the 4-4-0 build. Not bothering with the ult just yet, which is good. Just going to build into the power treads. I doubt he's going to want to go for the Midas. Now Magnus, Sven trying to wrap around from the side. Level 2 Skewer is up next to the level 8 Magnus. And Sven just doesn't bother going for the stun. Feels like they probably don't have enough damage. 6 armor and 940 health on the Magnus. It's quite a lot to chew through. Now Magnus moving over to the side. Shadow Shaman does have the shackle, but he doesn't react quite fast enough. And now starts out with the Hex. No stuns just yet, and now Magnus just going to turn straight onto the Shadow Shaman. He does have a shackle available, but he just turns for the Ether Shot, gets the shackle out onto Magnus, the Earthshaker, gets that last bit of damage. Venge is trying to hide away in here, but I think he's almost certainly going to get out. Gets the TP back to the tier 2 tower. Sven finds himself level 6. Well, Ember is up at level 8. Queen of Pain is down here, but there's nothing she can do to the Ember right now. Has the ult. Doesn't have the ult anymore after the Shadow Strike. Ember just going to get himself back to the tower. Queen of Pain going to pick herself up an Ember's rune.
Is under attack. Dire's structures
Won't have enough
are
mana
fortified.
to use the Invis and have a surprise ult for the Ember Spirit. I'm going to pick it up head mid. I don't think she's going to be able to find any kills with this. Top. Dire tier 1, 4 Radiant heroes up here threatening
Dire's
this.
top tower is under
Magnus is
attack.
here, he's got an RP. Throws the Empower over to the Shadow Fiend, who is now doing a solid 150, 160 damage. Balls from Venge. Something. Technical difficulties. So the Ember with 66 CS, something coming out on the courier for him. Mostly he's actually going straight in for the Boots of Travel. What a bizarre statement. How are the supports doing for levels? Both the CM and the Earthshaker level 5. Shadow Shaman 5. Venge 3, so Venge really falling behind after that roaming. The Earthshaker did manage to be part of the double kill top and found an extra kill just before now. Right.
Dire's top tower is fallen.
Damage too much, and now tries for the RP. It actually gets cancelled, thankfully, but doesn't end up using it. Now the Queen of Pain is really good. Goes out onto 3. Shadow Fiend trying to do as much damage as possible, but Ember Spirit has used the Boots of Travel to get up here. Queen of Pain gets a double kill, and so does the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend goes down in the end. CM trying to finish someone off. Ember Spirit is here as well. Does he have any mana for this? No. Okay, so he's already got the Flame Guard active. He uses the one Remnant, but he doesn't have enough for his chains. And now, Sven is here, gets out the stun, uses the God Strength, takes out the Ember Spirit. Ends up being a 4 for 3 in favour of Edinburgh. We saw it last game, and we're seeing it this game. Surrey, ahead in farm, in theory in a much better position, and sloppy team fights from them, and Edinburgh drag fights into their favour.
Radiant's top tower
Very much
is
being
under attack.
equalisers in this matchup. Earthshaker find himself some CS levels mid, but maybe on his way out of this world. thanks to the quad.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't want to commit too hard onto the Earthshaker. Can blink forwards for a scream if she really wants to try, but Earthshaker is hiding in the trees right now. Queen of Pain going to find the bounty rune. Is going to be going for the Orchid. Let's see, I'm trying to get some wards out. Now they're going to try going on the Queen of Pain, who won't want to blink for another second. Where's she going to blink to? Up to the top of the hill. Crystal Maiden could potentially have tried to find the Queen of Pain up there, but maybe wasn't paying attention to what was going on in mid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ember now has the Perseverance. Still a fair way away from the Battle Fury. Just going to use the Flame Guard to keep Queen of Pain away. It still doesn't have a level in the Sleight of Fist and so I said the bottom. Okay, so they use the RP to find the kill. Now a Fissure actually doesn't hit onto anyone.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think they're going to be able to find any kills here. Earthshaker not even going in for the Arcane Boots. Thinks that the Arcane Aura might be enough regen for him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
2.
Dire's structures are
Doesn't
fortified.
have mana for anything right now. Shadow Fiend and Magnus pushing out bot.
Dire's
Shadow
bottom
Fiend doing an
tower
awful
is
lot of
under
damage.
attack.
Has the mechanism too.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That puts the Shadow Fiend just above the Ember Spirit net worth, right at the top of the charts. And Ember tries to dodge Venge Stun, but it actually follows him all the way to the other side of the river. Earthshaker low level, Queen of Pain is here, could actually burst him with both of the spells. Queen of Pain needs to be very careful, there's two people stood right there. Actually gets stunned by the fissure, takes damage from that, but they still don't know. Does anyone here have detection? No, they don't. Queen of Pain really wants to go right now. Beastmaster, no Blink, going straight in for the Necro. Shadow Fiend at the side, gonna pick a new target. But after the Wave of Terror, there's no mana for the swap. SF now. He has to push the mid tower. Got the mechanism ready, so I doubt there's, unless they just give up because they've lost creeps. Doubt there's any way that Dire can defend this tower. They're just gonna send the Queen of Pain up top to farm, and Sven's been farming away in the jungle. Found himself a Blink Dagger, but Mag has one now too, and has another RP ready, level 2.
Dire's middle tower
Now they
is under
ping out to
attack.
defend. Sven is TPing in. Has the Blink ready. Doesn't want to use it just yet. Oh, I didn't realise totally forgot about the Empower onto the Ember Spirit this game. The Empower already level 3. So that Ember Spirit, when he gets the Battle Fury especially, is going to be doing some pretty insane damage. He only needs the broadsword now. He's going to start farming very, very fast, split pushing very fast, and killing very fast. Shadow Shaman does find the ward on top of the hill. SF, unfortunately, not going to get a particularly good rune for ganking. He's building into the Shadow Blade. Desperate, thinking about trying to get a kill on the top lane, but it's going to be very difficult against the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain currently level 10, has the first Oblivion staff, but still over 1,000 gold away from the Orchid. He's going to TP back towards mid. I guess he just wants the money. Ember Spirit starting with the split push. They don't really have a particularly good way to deal with this just yet. Long way away from a blink on either the Shaman or the Beastmaster, who
Radiant's bottom tower is under
just
attack.
picking up the level 1 Necrobuck now, yeah. Now, see, I'm walking up this hill. Here is Shadow Strike go out mid onto the Earthshaker, who is going to go down pretty easily to take a pain. Shadow Fiend hesitates a little bit there.
Tower is under attack.
Links away, and now a great RP onto two. The Beastmaster and the Shadow Shaman. If he gets out his wards at the beginning, they'll probably turn the wards over rather than attacking the CM. The CM has started the dance, and SF challenges ult 2. Crystal Maiden takes out the Shadow Shaman. Sven is here, coming in from the side, but the Shadow Fiend and his illusions still alive. Managed to take out the Sven. The Shadow Fiend was so close to dying there, but the Serpent wards were attacking the CM. He didn't even die. And now that will be a finished Shadow Blade. Coming in for the Shadow Fiend. Not the best coordination in that fight from Edinburgh. They do only get 2 kills onto the Sven and the Shadow Shaman, but all in a position 1 and a support, or just a support. Trade that Surrey are going to be very happy with. And there's declines to pay bot. Fame looks to be very, very close to getting the Orchid down. That's a quarter stack for the second Oblivion. Sven, not found any more gold apparently since the last time we looked at him. Doesn't have anything on the courier, and more DCs. Edinburgh internet. Microwaves use. So a pause comes out. We saw a nice blink in RP and the Magnus in that last fight. SF isn't going to be able to find a solo kill with his nice shiny new Shadow Blade until the Requiem of Souls is off cooldown. Sven not very farmed at all. Below the Magnus in net worth right now. I don't know how he's managed to fall so far behind. He's got a few points in the cleave, so in theory he should be able to farm fairly fast. Maybe a job for the supports this game might have been to stack up the Dire Jungle for the Sven, but it just hasn't happened so far. Sven maybe going to be thinking about the Helm of the Dominators to stack the Ancients next. There is a 1 stack of Ancients ready, but he warded out by the Radiant, so not going to stack any more times until they reward that. Earthshaker can potentially find something.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Here, but they should have seen him picking that up. Really want to defend this mid. Oh, the TP was cancelled by whoever that was. They were about to get caught by the mag. We did have a nicely timed skewer in case they did land.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So the mid tier 1
Dire's middle
goes
tower
the way of
is
the
under
Ember,
attack.
and now Shadow Fiend uses the Shadow Blade, but it's unfortunately undercover the Dire Observer ward.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Shadow Fiend won't find anyone and will back off for now. Queen of Pain blinks forwards. There's a Shadow Strike somewhere. Don't know where that went. Onto a creep, I guess. Now top lane, a fight is breaking out. Beastmaster takes out the Crystal Maiden, and the reaction is here. Personally, Magnus, who has an RP available, will use it onto the Beastmaster, but there's nobody else to follow up right now. Ember Spirit is chasing all the way over here for a Vengeful Spirit that it's going to be very hard for him to find, and now Beastmaster is turning around with the Magnus. I don't think Magnus is going to be able to get this
Radiant's
kill.
bottom tower is under attack.
That ends up being just a kill. Or the Beastmaster and nothing else in return. If they'd have gone on a single target, then definitely have eaten the ult by getting the Beastmaster. And now Queen of Pain pushes mid. Earthshaker now has the Blink Dagger, so potential for some nice fights here. Shadow Fiend snags the bounty from right under the Queen of Pain's nose. Remember, that's a Fury finish. It's going to do quite a bit of damage to the Queen of Pain. Oh no! Is she DC'd? Oh, it looks like she might be. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Looks like everyone's lagging in this game. I'm not seeing any lag on my end, so I don't know if it's the... I don't know, their providers, Uni Internet, I have no idea. But these two... and the Ember apparently having... so bad issues of lag. Level... well, the Necronomicon's still level 1. The Beastmaster. See, I'm looking for a Glimmer Cape soon. It does have a level in the Freezing Field, so... might be able to achieve something with that once the Glimmer Cape's up. Sorry about these delays, everyone. Not really anything that us or either of the teams can help, obviously. Ember is going to try reconnecting as well. Ember and Queen of Pain reconnected, just waiting on the Venge now. World vision again, very, very sparse for Surrey. Dire moderately better. They've got vision of both rune spots, but not much else. This game going so much like the last game. It's almost an exact copy of what happened before, but with different heroes. Both teams ready now. Oh no, they're not. The last game, the Pudge managing to make loads of room. Win some fights, but still got pretty heavily out-farmed. It was about 10k last game, and it's about 10k this game. Spirit, maybe hoping to catch a Shadow Charmer mid there, but one's into the trees, hoping someone will move forwards. Isn't going to find anyone yet. Mag is here, hoping to catch somebody with the skewer, but Shadow Shaman not foolish enough to walk forwards at this stage. Beastmaster is just happy to sit up in the jungle, but it looks like they know where he is. No, maybe not. Shadow Fiend went the other way around. He's actually going to miss everyone. He's going to move up to try and get the Sven, but it's going to be too late with the Shadow Blade. Try and get the Requiem. And now Earthshaker midline manages to take out the Queen of Pain. Gekko's Lamb not even done that, nor the RP. Queen of Pain goes down again to, I think, just the Frostbite and Fissure.
Dire's middle tower
Towards the damage from the Ember Spirit, who now has an ultimate orb as well. Three heroes moving uphill. They really want to try and find the Sven, who for some reason has used the God Strength. The Shadow Fiend did go on him there. Sven tried to find a return, but now just has to
Dire's
hang
middle
his head and
tower
walk
is under
away.
attack.
Don't know why he's walking outwards here. I guess he wants to go and try and get this top tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Magnus gets the last hit onto mid, and they're going to try and defend the spot as well. Beastmaster takes a chunk of damage from the heavily cleaving Ember Spirit. 85% cleave damage. Now Shadow Fiend gets the Sank delivered, so he's going to be going for the Silver Edge. Don't think there's anything in particular that's going to dispel. It could still be the S and Y. Silver Edge not going to dispel a great deal. I think it'll dispel the Warcry, but
Dire's bottom
I
tower
don't really
is
think
under
there's a
attack.
great deal else. Might disable the Beastmaster passive, the attack speed passive maybe. But we'll obviously tank him up a little bit as well. Shadow Fiend, despite what should have been a fairly hard lane against the Queen of Pain, has kept up reasonably even without any jungle stacks. Jungle stacks something both teams largely ignored.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Shadow Fiend, somewhere, finds the Beastmaster. The Ember Spirit must have caught him in a Searing Chains there, and Shadow Fiend pops out. Gets the extra Shadow Lane damage. That'll be enough. Top lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Both teams kind of dancing around each other. Maybe looking for a fight here. They find the Earthshaker and he just blinks away, and now a lot of lockdown being used onto the Magnus. They use the Serpent Woods, the Queen Chain, the ult to finish off the Earthshaker, and Ember Spirit decided that he probably doesn't want to be here. They did do a lot of damage to the Sven, but
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has
Ember Spirit doesn't want to
fallen.
get caught next to a God Strength Sven. Didn't actually have the mana for it, but maybe switched. Treads. In the meantime though, SF gets the tower bot. They only lose the Earthshaker top and they don't really use anything for it. No echo, no RP use. So the constant threat of those spells is there, and finally Queen of Pain manages to pick up an Orchid, but Ember, yep, is going to actually have it finished now, so as soon as the Orchid is finally picked up by the Queen of Pain, it's mostly nullified, and now Shadow Shaman actually does see the Shadow Fiend, throws an attack over at it, but isn't going to be enough, and now Queen of Pain just in two hits from the Shaman, half of their health is gone. Ember Spirit moving forwards. Earthshaker as well, it's going to be a very easy kill. Onto the Ven, both the supports. Sven gets a nice stun there, but not really any way to follow that up. Now the double damage Shadow Fiend here, ready to push high ground. Has the mechanism ready, has the S and Y. Doing an awful lot of damage here. 350 damage a hit. Obviously doesn't do that much to the 22 armor tower, but now Searing Chains goes into the Queen of Pain. She's going to have to blink straight back. Uses the Orchid onto the Ember, but oh boy, it turns out but what's he doing up here? The roller goes out, the shackle is there, everyone gets interrupted by the Earthshaker, gets a fantastic fissure onto all four of them. Sven tries to follow the Earthshaker, Queen of Pain will clean him up. Magic going down here as well. Whoa! Earthshaker just JK! Coming back in. Not Earthshaker, sorry, Magnus gets an RP onto 4. Ember Spirit left a remnant behind. Came back in, got the huge cleave with the Empower as well. And without even a crit, gets a triple kill out of basically nothing. That's the Magnus and the Ember Spirit for you.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under
Boy,
attack.
oh boy. Now Ben's is going to be going down as well. There's no buybacks on any of these heroes. The Queen of Pain very close to going down. Shaman respawns. Sven about to respawn as well. Ember getting locked down. Is there going to be enough damage here? The Orchid pop isn't actually enough, and Ember gets out again. Would you just look at that? He's going to TP back to base. He's already picked up the crystal. He's from the Dire Fountain.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Monster kill!
now chained onto the stomp. Shadow Fiend already taken out the Shaman. Ember gets the last hit after the skewer back.
Dire's
The
bottom
GG is
barracks
called.
has fallen.
Either that, they don't just know whether they're going to finish the fight.
Radiant victory.
Throws out their ults in joy. CM, Arcana, Puppy howling away. And a more convincing game from Surrey that time. That was more kind of what I was expecting from them. Let me just make sure I've got all the information correct about what's going on later on tonight. So there is going to be another game later. At 7:30 you'll be able to find Eric and Gand, I think, casting the Birmingham versus Greenwich game. You can tune in on this very channel at 7:30. Make sure you follow. You can follow me at twitch.tv/maxisonfire. I think that might be the one later might be the last one of the first round of the qualifiers for the Heritage 2. Maybe there's one more game afterwards, but all these teams will be going into the second round, and then I think they'll only need one more win to qualify to the Heritage 2 in April. There will be some big juicy prizes for that as well, so these teams are probably going to be taking that quite seriously. Surrey shown that they can make some big plays, some big combos happen. That Magnus Ember one at the end, pretty huge. Anyway, follow GameBritannia, follow me. They're going to be casting later tonight. I'm going to be casting Cambridge versus Durham for the Arrow League tonight as well. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you later.
Doesn't even need to use it, he's just going to go in there. First spirit down, there's the time. Oh! Beautiful! Beautiful dodge! Sick play on a winner there. Okay, no, he lost. Screw that guy.